She gets in there, and what does she do? Yells my name.
Raulh!
What?
You left this toilet seat up!
Now, hey, this is Raulh. Please act right. Hey, back in 1990, I was stationed at MacDill Air Force Base in Tampa, Florida. This was my last duty station before I was about to get out of the military. While I was enjoying the beautiful Tampa Bay area, I met this beautiful, gorgeous, dark-skinned black woman. Man, she had a figure out of this world, and we got along right away. Well, about 5 months later, I was complaining to her about my roommate, because I was staying on base in the barracks. Man, my roommate was young, and every time you turn around, my stuff was coming up missing, and I was gonna hurt this kid. Well, she had recently lost her apartment because it turned condo, and she didn't have the money to purchase it, so she ended up moving back in with her mother. And since we were getting along so well, we decided, let's go ahead and just get an apartment together. Well, before I knew it, we was moving in. Now, because I was military, I wasn't able to put my name on the lease, so we had to lease it in her name. Thank God. Now, hold on, stop, wait a minute. For all you religious folks that's saying you're not supposed to move in together out of wedlock, stick around, because you want to hear the end of this story. Because had I married her first, my troubles would have been multiplied by 100. So anyway, we move in together and everything is fine. Our household ran like clockwork. We never talked about who was gonna cook or who was gonna clean or who's gonna do this. If it needed to get done, it got done. So if vacuuming needed to be done, if I didn't do it, she did it. When it was time to cook, whoever came home first from work, that's the person that started cooking. And whoever came home second just started helping with the cooking right away. And when we finished eating, one of us washed the dishes, the other one dried them and put them away. Man, it was like paradise. And everything was fine for about 2 months. And that's when the change came. Man, I'm telling you, this woman was like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. One minute she'd be smiling and laughing.
Can this be evil then?
The next minute, she angry about something. And the majority of the time she was angry, I had nothing to do with it. But that did not stop her from taking it out on me. There's only 7 days in a week. How you gonna be mad 4 of those 7 days? Every week. Let me give you an example. One morning, we was getting up, getting ready to go to work, and she asked me what was the weather supposed to be like. And I said, well, the weatherman said it's supposed to be sunny all day. She said, okay, and we left the house. Well, it wasn't sunny, it was cloudy all day, and she took it out on me. This chick went out of her way to call me at work to tell me that she was upset with me because I told her it was gonna be sunny all day, but it was cloudy. I'm not a weatherologist. I just told her what the weatherologist said when I was watching the news. What?
It's meteorologist.
Man, they know what I mean. Another instance was when I got home from work, I got there before she did. So like I said before, whoever gets home first starts cooking. So I started cooking, and as the meat was cooking, I knew it was gonna take about 20 minutes. I said, man, you know what? I need to clean the bathroom. So I went in to clean that bathroom. Now, hold on, ladies. When I clean the bathroom, I clean the bathroom. I'm talking about I clean the mirror, I clean the toilet top, the toilet bowl, all around the inside, all around the outside. I scrub the tub, mop the floor, everything. Cause I love a clean bathroom. So I go back into the kitchen to check on the meat, and it's almost done, and that's when she comes into the apartment. Now she walks past me and she's smiling, and she says, hey babe, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? And I'm thinking to myself, cool, she in a good mood. Well, she's moving kind of fast, going to our room and going into the bathroom. She gets in there, and what does she do? Yells my name.
Raulh!
What?
You left this toilet seat up!
Now, I don't know what you ladies do when y'all go into the bathroom, but when I walk in the bathroom, I walk in looking forward, and if I know I gotta sit down on that toilet, I check to make sure the toilet seat is down before I sit down. Now, here we go. I gotta listen to this chick fussing at me about leaving the toilet seat up. Now here's the thing, ladies. I leave the toilet seat down all the time. But I told her prior, whenever I clean the bathroom, I leave the toilet seat up so that it can dry faster. Regardless of the fact, shouldn't you look before you sit down? Rest of the day, she huffing and puffing about me leaving the toilet seat up. And she already knew I cleaned the bathroom. As soon as you get in there, you could smell the Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
But do I get any credit for cleaning the bathroom? Of course not. Show of hands, ladies. How many of y'all got a man that cleans? Really cleans. You would think she'd cut me some slack on that. But no. Another instance, we went out to the club to meet some of her friends. We're sitting at a table, and it's about 10 of us. We're having a blast, right? Okay, so I ended up having to go to the bathroom. So I get up to go to the bathroom. When I come back out, here's this woman, fine mind you, checking me out like, hey, would you like to dance? And I was like, nah, I'm good, thank you. And she stepped back as if to say, you better take another look at all this. You sure? And I was like, no, I'm good, thank you. And I walked back to the table. A few minutes later, I began to realize my girl ain't talking to me no more. She talking to everybody else at the table, but she's not talking to me. So I asked her, hey babe, you okay? And she's like, I'm fine. You know that quick, I'm fine. And then turn her head back to everybody else. And I'm sitting there like, okay, what the hell I do this time? The party is over, and as we're heading to the car, she's like having a ball with everybody. You know, she got this bubbly personality. All right, girl, I'll see y'all later. All right, cool now. All right, Terrell, stay out of trouble. Then she gets in the car and closes the door, and then all of a sudden, she just get quiet. So we driving back to the apartment, and I'm like, you all right? I'm fine. You know them quick answers. I'm like, come on, man. So we get back to the apartment. We both take separate showers. She took a shower first. She's in the bed. I take a shower. I go get in the bed. I put my arm across her and my leg across her, and she kicked me. You know, like, get off me. And I'm like, man, if you don't tell me what's wrong with you, I'm telling you now, I'm gonna smother you to death with this pillow. And that's when she decided to tell me why she was mad at me.
That woman that asked you to dance, she ain't nothing but a home wrecker. What you standing there talking to her for?
I was like, I wasn't talking to her. She asked me to dance, and I told her no.
Then why you standing there smiling at her?
I'm like, I did the right thing. I told her no. What else you supposed to do?
Yeah, you did the right thing, but you didn't have to be smiling at her.
I'm like, this chick done lost her mind. Now, for those y'all don't know, I'm a friendly person. So if the woman asks me to dance, I'm just gonna smile and say, I'm fine, thank you, and walk away. But no, that ain't good enough. Man, it got to the point I was so sick and tired of this woman, I did not know what to do. So I'm at work one day, working on this car, putting the tires and stuff back on it, and one of my coworkers, who's an older guy, was like, yo, man, what's wrong with you? Usually, man, you run around here smiling and working and cracking us up with your jokes and everything. What's going on with you, brother? So that's when I decided to tell him about this woman driving me crazy with her Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde attitude. I mean, she would change up like, I love you, I hate you, I love you, I hate you, I love you, I hate you. It was driving me bananas. Now, while I was telling him, he reached into his top pocket and he pulled out a piece of paper and a pen and he started writing. Well, when he finished writing, he handed it to me. And I said, this is a Bible verse. He said, yeah. You got a Bible at home? I was like, yeah. He said, you got a dictionary at home? I said, yeah. Now remember, y'all, this was long before internet, okay? This was 1990. So he said, when you get home, read that Bible verse. And what I want you to do is, I want you to look up every word that's in that Bible verse and make sure you understand it. And once you do, you got a decision to make. So I folded it up and I stuck it in my wallet, stuck it back in my back pocket. Didn't think much about it the rest of the day. So I get to the apartment, first thing she starts doing, why is this like this? Why is that over there? She's going on and on and on. Man, I just listened to her for about 10 minutes and I just left the kitchen and went into our bedroom just to get away from her because I needed to get a little bit of peace. While I was in there, I grabbed my pants to put them away. And that's when my wallet fell out on the floor and the wallet popped open and there was the piece of paper that the gentleman gave me. So right away, I grabbed the Bible, I opened it up, and I read it. And it said, Proverbs 21:19. It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and angry woman. So I remember what he said, because I always follow instructions. He said, look up the words and make sure you understand what the words mean. So I looked up the word dwell, and the word dwell meant to live. It is better to live. Then I looked up the word wilderness. Definition of wilderness: an uncultivated, uninhabitable, and inhospitable region. Man, what's out in the wilderness? Wild animals that'll eat you alive. Insects that'll crawl into every one of your orifices and eat you from the inside out. Poison ivy, if you get it on your skin, you'll scratch until you scratch down to the bone if you don't get it treated. And inhabitable, meaning there's no shelter. Then I looked up the word contentious. And the definition of contentious: quarrelsome, argumentative, debative. And lastly, I looked up the word angry, feeling or showing strong annoyance, displeasure, or hostility. Man, I put it all together. It is better to live in the wilderness with wild animals that'll eat you alive with no shelter than with a quarrelsome, argumentative, debative, and irritating woman. Man, that is deep. And like old G told me, I had a decision to make. Well, I had already gotten out of the military, and I thought to myself, I only have one reason to stay here in Tampa, and that was her. And if she driving me crazy, what the hell I'm staying here for? So in the morning, when we got up to leave to go to work, I pretended like I was going to work. I circled the block, and when she drove off, I came back to the house, jumped on the phone, and called my parents. I told them the situation. My mother was like, come on home. Cool. I gotta pack my stuff in the car. I'll call you when I leave. And it took me about an hour and a half to pack all my stuff in my car. Man, I packed that little 1987 Nissan 200XX with a serious quickness. And before I left the apartment, I decided to leave her $60 for the phone bill, because that's what I was paying, and I made a long distance phone call, and a note that read, Proverbs 21:19. It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and angry woman. I love you, but I can't deal with you no more. And I was out. Deuces, peace. So remember this, ladies. If you have a man that's good to you, he cooks, he cleans, he pays bills, and he respects you, that type of man, he has options. And he don't even have to be a good-looking man. But his one option can be the option that he takes to option not to be with you. So if you're mean-spirited and you got an attitude all the time, you could lose the best man you ever had. Trust me when I tell you, ladies, if you're mad, just tell us what you're mad about that happened out there. But don't be taking your anger out on us, because the majority of us, we can only stand it for a short period of time. All I can say is, thank God I did not marry that woman, because if I did, for me to leave, it would have cost me dearly. You already know the divorce laws in a woman's favor, so when you try to leave,
half! I take half his.
Moral of my story, even though this woman was drop dead gorgeous, I couldn't take it anymore. I had to leave. I remember seeing a meme one time that said, fellas, no matter how pretty she is, if she's single, some man somewhere got sick of her ish. Every man has the same thought. When he sees a pretty woman and she's single, especially the older she is, I wonder what's wrong with her. We don't tell you that, but every man thinks it. So if you don't remember anything else in this whole story that I told you, ladies, remember this. A man settles where he finds peace. Not big booties, not big boobies, not even a beautiful face, but where he finds his peace. Hey, somebody had to tell you, and I love you, so it might as well be me. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell to get notified when I post a new video. I post a new video every week. And in the meantime, will you please be your man's peace? My name is Raulh. See you in another video. So if you enjoyed this video, check out one of these two videos right here. I'm sure you'll enjoy them too. And if you like, you can visit my channel. I have plenty of videos there. Go ahead. Don't be scared.